Catalog, also known as the PAC, P-A-C. The PAC is where the public interacts with their library catalog. It's the public face of Polaris. We're going to start with a very broad search to give you an idea of how overwhelming it can feel to your customer. We'll also show you tips for limiting the search and techniques to get to the book or movie you or the customer are looking for with just a few clicks. Let's start with the search Captain America. Typical customer would just type in the words and click search. As you can see, we get a lot of results, 294. It's a bit overwhelming for someone just looking for a Captain America picture book for their young son or daughter, or maybe an adult wanting to read the latest Captain America graphic novel. In the first scenario, I want to find Captain America icon reads and short chapter books for my 6-year-old. How will I limit this? Let's start by looking at the faceted search options on the left. We have type of material, which is basically the physical format, subjects, what the book or item's primarily about, authors, series, publication date, which is helpful for nonfiction, popularity, take that with a grain of salt, target audience, which we'll get to in a moment, language, keeping in mind that HCPL does carry Spanish language materials, and assigned branch, which is who currently, I'd say, owns a copy. Doesn't mean that the copy isn't checked out. So just know it doesn't mean it's guaranteed just because the branch is under here. I know I want a book as opposed to a movie or a sound recording, so I'm going to start with that. It's going to get me down to 205 results, which is very small help. Next, maybe I could limit by subjects. I'm going to choose Captain America. Gets me down to 35 results, much better. Just keep in mind with subject searching, you might eliminate some perfectly good results. For example, if the book is about the Avengers in general, or maybe another character with Captain America mentioned. Subject searching really tends to be most useful when using the PAC to locate nonfiction materials, but it works for fiction or entertainment materials too if you don't have something in particular in mind. I could limit by series or publication date if I knew that information, but I think my next best bet is going to be target audience. So target audience is what it sounds like. Who is it intended for? Unknown or not specified just means the book wasn't cataloged or age wasn't entered when it was cataloged with a specific group in mind. Juvenile equates to elementary age, I'd say, pre-adolescent, late elementary through middle school. Primary is early elementary, and you'd also see groups for adolescent, which is teens, will be a little bit of youth and the YA collections you'll learn about, and then sometimes you'll see designations for preschool. Alright, so I'm going to choose juvenile and primary. There's going to be the closest things to getting to 6-year-old materials. And now I'm down to 13 results, a pretty manageable amount. Not all of these are going to be perfect for a 6-year-old, but again, it's much more manageable. And at this point, I can start looking through individual records to see what fits best.